and she has her own social media presence, radio show. She's a well-known speaker in the Philippines, and she's going to give us the educational moment today. This is going to be an icebreaker speech. She's going to get credit in Toastmasters for this. Never speak for free, right, Vivien? She's going to
Yeah.
get Toastmasters credit for it as an icebreaker. And this is the educational moment. And her evaluator, I believe, is Ray. Is that correct, Ray? Good. All right, Vivien, the floor is yours.
Before you start the timing, if you looked at the chat, the title of my speech is Aha! Now you know. Aha! Now you know me. Vivien, the timer, you can start now. Aha! Now you know. What's Vivien doing? Giving her icebreaker. I'm like, why not? I'm supposed to give some educational tips. And as Bob said, one thing you get from Toastmasters is you get credit every time you open your mouth. So ask a mentor, ask a coach, ask somebody who was there before you. How do I do that? So let me tell you about myself. Wait, I should ask. Do you want to know about me at all? Please raise your hand. Maybe you don't. Okay. All righty. There you go. I'm a broadcaster, TV, radio, everything's live. If it's recorded as live. And other than that, since 2001, I've been an international keynote speaker in 12 countries, 4 languages. It doesn't mean I'm bright. I'm not saying that to impress. I'm just telling you that to let you know that if you're weird, find an angle and make a career out of it. Write that down. They're not going to say that in the manual. So, I've been an MC, a social person, party host. I'm a party person. And someone said, why don't you make a living out of it? I'm like, I just go to parties. They don't pay me. And they said, no, your friends don't pay you. Other people will pay you. Aha. So, a tip for people in this room who like to talk, if your friends don't pay you, ask them if there are friends who have parties who need someone to be a host. Tip number 1 for you. All my tips are number 1. All right. And if you're wondering how I became an international keynote speaker, don't bother being impressed. It happened that I attended a convention and they were serving snacks, 10:30 in the morning. Heavy breakfast, light lunch, brunch. They had cocktail tables. Listen to how to become an international keynote speaker. So, cocktail tables. We had handouts in a nice little pouch. I had my shoulder bag. They had a plate with fork and knife and glass of juice. Okay, so how do I eat? Are you beginning to see the picture now? Cocktail tables, you can't sit down, you can't put. So I saw a person in a suit and I said, oh, this guy must be thinking what I'm thinking. I said, you know, we're right beside the reception table and people already have signed in. I'm going to go take a seat and sit here. They can throw me out if they don't want me to. And he goes, oh, please do. Typically me. I said, and by what authority do you have to say, please do? Think before you speak. Lesson number 1 again, all's one. And he says, I'm the organizer. Oh, I shrank. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. But really, it doesn't make sense. And he said, I'd like to thank you. Please sit down and I'd like to sit beside you. You gave us very valuable input because nobody's going to tell us that. Point of the story is, I like talking to strangers. He was not a Filipino from where I am. I have no problems talking to people from around the world because I'm a TCK. What's a TCK? It's a third culture kid. I didn't study in a local school. I went to an American international school. So if there were 10 kids in a classroom, there would be 10 kids from 10 countries. Moving forward, he said, you know, I could use someone like you. I'm like, really? And he says, yeah. we're having this convention that we're having today. We're going to have it in Bangkok, Thailand next month. He said, you want to go? I said, are you selling me a ticket? It's so typically me. He said, no, I'm going to pay your professional fee and pay everything else. And you will have an executive room and a king size bed, 5 day stay for a 1 hour talk. Are you interested? And I said, what day, what time? What do I do? What am I supposed to wear? And he was just laughing his head off. So I'm letting you know that if you want to have a happy life as a speaker, the bottom line rule number one that I have for everybody around the world, especially on Planet Toastmasters, is never make it about me, 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 me. Stop bragging about yourself. Stop telling people who you are. Just do what I do because it works. It's called AGV. Huh? What's AGV? That's not a Toastmasters term. It's not. It's Vivien's term. Always give value. See, I didn't bash the event I was in. I gave precious input. People were walking around wondering what to do. So please, if you picked up anything from my little intro here, how I got into the big picture of public speaking, you never know who you're talking to when you go to events. If they really want to know about you, they will ask. But if you say, I'm this, I'm that, everybody chimes in and says, who cares? And most of you know that. What I'm trying to tell you is just be happy and make friends. You have to remember, MF, just make friends. And they would love to be your friend. See, I asked Darcel if I could visit. Check. Darcel did it right. Hooray. 3 cheers for Darcel. Yes, yes, yes. So that's my little story for today. If you want to know more, ask me to give another speech. There you go. Sending you love from Manila. Aha! Now you know. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivien. And demonstrating how to give value, you gave value as the educational moment today.